Leading with emotional intelligence. Lifelong fans of historical bad sports teams like the Cleveland Browns, Chicago Cubs, etc., will tell you that their ultimate dream would be to see their team win the championship. These fans feel like they live and die based on whether their team brings the best players and coaches to the championship. Corporate leaders are no different than the coach or the quarterback of a football team when it comes to leading their team to a winning game, ultimately the championship. Both positions can be changed with emotion, which dictate how to lead each other. As leaders in my fire department, I believe and live the principle you must lead with emotional intelligence. The emotional intelligence requires checking your leadership ability in four areas: self-awareness, self-management, empathy, and relationship skills. The old adage, you can still be debated, are leaders born or are the leaders made leaders? Ultimately, anyone should have the desire to improve their skills and their abilities to lead. Leading with emotional intelligence will enable you to become a better leader. Recent articles in the New York Times, How to Be Emotional Intelligence, citing the work of Dan Goleman, author of Leadership, The Power of Emotional Intelligence, provided the blueprint of how to improve emotional intelligence. Mr. Goleman, as a former New York Times science reporter and a psychologist who has participated in research in the role of emotional intelligence plays in excellence. Emotional intelligence competencies. Self-awareness. The realistic self-confidence. Many of us seen as leaders or managers who overly confident and self-reliant. According to Goleman's competencies, you must understand your own strengths, limitations you operate from, and competencies, and you know when to rely on them. Someone else on the team. It takes a great deal of self-evaluation and underlying of what our abilities truly are. Meaning, we cannot think we are stronger than we really are and need and cannot rely on others to constantly make decisions or bring things to the table for us. Miscalculating our strengths and limitations will eventually lead others to seek a new position with a manager or who is a better leader, or become a leader if they consistently make decisions for us. Emotional insight. We must evaluate our feelings and what triggers our anger. This takes a great deal of monitoring because it can be more than just a person, a word, or situation. Meaning we must be aware of the time and the periods where we are vulnerable to be angry easily. It can be a simple circumstance or being hungry, hectic Monday mornings, or how a subject is approached by a team member. In any circumstance, we need to build a systematic way of addressing issues without being angry. Certainly, your team will get tired of your anger, and you may not be approached honestly, and you need to be. Self-management, reliance. Great leaders stay under pressure and recover quickly from upsets without panicking, according to Goleman. Obviously, we are all humans, and we have gotten angry at some point in our lives. As a leader in the conference room, the battlefield, or on the sports field, you need to show composure during these moments and focus quality of the larger picture. In reality, staying calm will build confidence in our leadership, our ability to think through critical situations. Emotional balance. As we recall, these moments we remember the cause for anger, but must remember the consequences of our actions and reactions from others in that moment. Direct approach to discuss these issues and simple discussions to resolve the problem will most likely build a stronger relationship with our team. Self-motivation. As Goleman describes, you must keep moving forward in distant goals despite the setbacks. It is easily described as a toddler who wants to walk because he realizes everyone else is moving, and he will ultimately wants to walk also. The toddler would not be able to walk if he gave up because he's afraid of the next fall. Empathy, cognitive and emotional empathy. According to Goldman, cognitive empathy, along with reading another person's feelings accurately, makes the difference in communication. A quick, loaded response without considering other viewpoints in the fires is a surefire way to ensure your team members guard is their creative and input to the future conversations. Good listening. Good listening, Goldman makes a point when he refers to hijacking the agenda or the conversation. Active listening and a keen observation of a person's perspective will to others to keep others engaged. Of course, we do not want to hear someone ramble for hours on end, but we can listen intently and guide our conversation to a conclusion if the conversation does not seem to end. The other person should leave the conversation and or meet with a sense were heard verbally as well as intellectually. Relationship skills, compelling communication. Getting to the point in a clear, concise manner so people want to complete the mission or task at hand. Team playing. One way you know people feel comfortable working with you is they laugh easily around you, according to Goldman. As you read this, you may remember the nervous chuckle we have responded with a meeting or a conversation. To his point, our team needs to be comfortable participating with their genuine personality and honest viewpoints. They find the environment is fun. Leaders who exercise emotional intelligence will check their leadership abilities in the above 4 levels: self-awareness, self-management, empathy, and relationship skills. In the summary, a regular checkup in these 4 areas will enable us to become confident, comfortable, and leading successfully. Obviously, we can recall moments when our managers could have checked up themselves so that they should motivate itself. And that continues my speech. Thank you. Completes my speech.